Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 comedy horror Werewolves Within, a film that is directed by Josh Rubin and it stars Sam Richardson, Milana Vanyatrup, George Basil, Sarah Burns, Catherine Curtin and Harvey Gullen. Now this film is a video game adaptation and it's based on a Ubisoft game called Werewolves Within. Now it's a game I've heard of, but it was actually a VR game. So it's a game I never actually got round to playing. It was one of those that was on my list for VR. It might be a game I'll show some interest in now and try it out. So it's quite a lesser known game really, but sometimes those video game adaptations do better than others, than some of the more better known ones. Now Sam Richardson is an actor I didn't know an awful lot about until recently really. He's just been in The Tomorrow War I watched fairly recently and reviewed for the channel, the Chris Pratt sci-fi film. And he plays like a ranger who's just been relocated to this small town. I'm not sure where it is. I'm not even sure if it explains. It's like some snowy town on some hill somewhere. Very small population. Not many living there. Goes through the introductions. He meets everyone in the town, and then some kind of murder mystery starts to take place. They start finding bodies. They start investigating. Someone has sabotaged the generators, and it looks like somebody amongst them may well be a killer and may well be a werewolf also. Right, what are my thoughts on Werewolves Within? Comedy horrors, and I've said this many times on this channel, are very difficult to get right. To get the tone right, to just pitch it right, is really difficult. I think humour is subjective, and I've said again, that's just something I've said many times. What I might find funny, other people will not find funny. I actually was reasonably entertained by this film. I thought it was nicely put together. I thought it was funny at times. It certainly made me chuckle, some of the humour in it. The characters are a bit hit and miss. They're like cartoon characters. They're almost lifted from a video game or a cartoon almost. They're larger than life. And I think those of you who are going into this looking for like a gritty, grounded werewolf film, you're going to be very disappointed. It's definitely not that. It's an acquired taste, this thing. It's almost like Knives Out, but with a werewolf. I think it does its job particularly well at keeping you guessing. It does try to throw you a lot of red herrings while you're watching the film. You'll see some characters while they're having discussions in this inn, and there's a lot of this distrust going on. They're trying to get a lot of that distrust going on, like in films like The Thing and other things like that, and The Hateful Eight, and who's the bad guy, who's not. So there's a lot of that going on, distrust but it can get a little bit grating because of these over-the-top characters, these caricatures of real people. You've got the obligatory gay couple. I actually thought that certainly one of them was really quite funny, coming out with these funny quips. The town know-it-all. There's a woman who was, owns a craft store in the town. She's got a little dog that goes missing, and she's really grating and annoying. There's this convenient research scientist sort of person turns up that's doing all this testing and stuff like that. It seems a little bit convenient. There's another guy there's another like storyline going on underneath all this. There's like this big company wanting to buy them out so that they can build, I don't know if it's a highway or something like that. Who's like representing that, if you like, and bigging it up, and nobody quite appears to be who they claim to be. Almost, you know what I mean? They've all got skeletons in the closet, if you like. So while it's not overly difficult to kind of figure out who it is, it's at the same time there is a little bit of fun to be had, in regard especially those of you who like a murder mystery, that sort of thing, a whodunit type movie. It plays its cards reasonably close to its chest with these ridiculously over-the-top characters. I thought Sam Richardson held the movie together really well. He was funny, he was light, he was the glue that kept it together. The film, in a lot of ways, he was like the only sane person in the room, full of all these massively over-the-top characters. But I do think there is an audience out there who will be probably a little bit disappointed, and it'll probably be the horror fans out there. If you're going into this expecting like a gruesome like werewolf film with a couple of laughs in it, it's not that at all, really. It's not really what I would describe as scary. It's a whodunit, really, with a werewolf behind it all, if you like. And if you're hoping for a really, I don't know, a film chocked full of werewolf scenes and things like that, also you're going to be disappointed. You don't see the werewolf until very late into the film, and some will probably find the reveal disappointing, maybe. I thought it was okay in that sense. I didn't dislike this film, I just thought it was going to be better. I'd heard a couple of good things about this before I went into watching it, but I was entertained by it. But I genuinely thought it was going to be a little bit better. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Certainly worth watching. It's a little bit different. It's a video game adaptation from Ubisoft that doesn't suck completely, I suppose. And there are some fun aspects to it. I've never really seen a whodunit done like this, really, to some degree. So it's worth checking out. Certainly, if you can get it on a streaming service and watch it for free, check it out if you can. So that is my review for Werewolves Within. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And I will be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.